Hello class, this is Unit 3 assessment part 2 help. I decided to do this because I noticed a lot of you have a lot of problems, a lot of difficulty doing those problems, and also I know you may not get help from home. Okay, so I will go over those questions, but I will just give you the first couple stats. I will give you some hints. Okay, so the first questions from the function f of x equal to 3x minus 7 when x is less than 6, and f of x will equal to 0.75 x times x plus 10 when x is greater than or equal to 6. Guys, remember, this is piecewise function. You need to focus on the domain. Based on the different domain, right? If they provide you a certain value for the x, you need to check where does it fit. Does it fit the first one? Does it fit the second one? Okay, now we are not going to find the average rate of change on the interval for x between 4 and negative 12. If you guys remember, hopefully you guys remember, because I said it a lot of times already. Rate of change, average rate of change equal to delta f over delta x. Okay, now you're gonna look at the domain. If you guys remember, you are going to take f of 12, the output, okay, minus another output, f of 4. Because those two is like ending point. This is like a beginning point, right? This is like an ending point. Over delta x, meaning the difference in the x values. So to be consistent, you put the 12 in the front, minus 4. Okay, so this is crucial steps. Now step 2. Of course, we know how to subtract 4 from 12. However, for f of 12, you need to decide either first one or the second one to use. How? You're going to one of those domain, right? See where it fits. Okay? This is telling you x equal to 12. And you cannot be greedy and use both of equation. You only pick one. Okay? So where does it fit? Okay? And it doesn't fit here. It fits here because 12 is greater than or equal to 6. So you are going to copy down 0.75 times x, which is 12, and plus 10. Okay, this is how you find f of 12. I'm not giving you hints for finding f of 4 because I feel like I already say too much, right? So please figure out the answer for your own, on your own. You figure out f of 12, you figure out f of 4, and then you just go straight and plug in. Okay, next one. I'm going to erase it, so make sure you have it before I move on. Now, second questions, guys, you need to remember the slope formula, and seriously, you have to. Okay, why is it so hard to erase it? Okay. Okay, now question 2. If the slope of the line segment showing here, this is a line segment, is 3. Okay, so you may want to write it down, m equal to 3. And then it also tell you, hey, x is 10, right? You need to find the missing y value. Okay, so it's just a repeating information showing here x equal to 10, and it also tell you. So we have 2 points, right? One of the y coordinate is missing. If you guys remember the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Since I used the wrong color, okay, that's the right color. All right, now your question is where we can find x1, y1. What about this one? And what about this one? So it seems we are missing one of the y value. We have m, we have, okay, y2, right? We can assign this is x1, y1, x2, y2, right? And then you have this is x1, y1. So can you find the missing y? Of course. You have everything you need, don't you? Don't you have y2? Don't you have x2? Don't you have x1? You also have the slope. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys figure out the rest. All right, so number 3 will be the last question that I will go over with you guys. Okay, this is word problem. The height of the rockets, h, is increasing at a rate of 18 feet per second. Okay, if I see this, something per something, you should know that is slope. Okay, and then there's another piece of information I think that's very important, which is 5 seconds. And the output is 118. That is our output. So I know this is going to be linear function because the rate is constant. And I also know there's a two-way to write linear function that we learned in the class. One's y equal to mx plus b. B is the y-intercept or the initial value, but in this case we do not have it, so you do not need to use this way. Of course there's a way to figure out. I know some of you are pretty great. You can find, you realize y could be 118, x could be 5, and then just plug in to find b. Another way, okay, I think a lot of you actually like that way, is point slope form. In this form, we need two things. One is a point, the other one is a slope, which we have, right? So let's write it down. y2 minus y1 equal to m times x2 minus x1. Once again, this is the equation you should be using. Do we have the slope? Well, in this case, they just use t, h, and t. So you may want to use h2 minus h1 equal to m times t2 minus t represent the time, t2 minus t1. Okay. Now, do we have enough? I would say yes. But in the end, please, okay, and then we did many times already. In the end, you are going to write it into slope intercept form. Oh, don't know what's going on. Sorry, it just keeps zooming. Can I just... Okay. All right, so once again, in the end, you need to write it as low intercept form. You're gonna write it as h times m t plus b. Okay, only difference is you replace y with h, you represent x with t. All right, so that's it. Please make sure you complete it today, and then submit it tomorrow.